you doing, Sister Joanne here? How you doing? How you doing? Come on in, brothers and sisters out there in Facebook land. Joanne Hill is in the house, so the rest of you all come on in, come on in, come on in. Got some good content tonight. Come on in, come on in. I was looking forward to talking to you all about this particular topic tonight, my brothers and sisters. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm ready to get to it. I hope that you all had a good day, my brothers and my sisters. I hope that everything went well with you. As far as me, my brothers and sisters, my day have been going quite well. Just like the Flintstones, yabba dabba do, baby. Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sisters. How you doing, Sister Deborah Scott? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sisters. We got some good content. You're going to love this tonight. You're going to be able to apply it to your relationship. Especially my single brothers and sisters, you're going to be able to apply this to your relationship. If you're interested in a relationship, how you doing, mother? If you're interested in a relationship, my brothers and sisters, you came to the right one tonight. You came to a good show this evening. I'm not going to leave you where you don't know anything. How you doing, Auntie? I got some good content. Come on in, come on in. We got a few more minutes, well, seconds before I jump into this content tonight. I guarantee you, you're going to enjoy it. And guess what? I'm not going to keep you here long tonight, too. So I know a lot of you all like that. I'm going to get straight to the point, and you won't be here that long. Amen, 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 my brothers and my sisters out there in the land. How you doing? How you doing? Brothers, sisters, I hope that you all had a good day like I reiterated a little earlier. I'm about to get into some good content tonight, but first let me introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer. For those of you that don't know me, this might be your first time to the broadcast, but I'm going to tell you what I do. I come on here to talk to you, brothers and sisters, about relationships. And when I talk about relationships, I talk about the relationship pertaining to that of a man and a woman from a biblical standpoint. When I say a biblical standpoint, I believe strongly in a relationship between a man and a woman. And it's documented in the book of Genesis. God had a unique relationship with the man first, the man being Adam. And after he had a unique relationship with the man Adam, he stepped to the side with the rib of the man. He formed the woman. He represented the woman back to the man. And at that point, Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman. With that said, my brothers and sisters, I'm about to jump into this content. But let me tell you, if you don't believe in this kind of relationship, I encourage you still to watch this broadcast. You can learn something from this broadcast. Those of you that sitting way in the back, come on a little closer. We got some seats in the front. Primarily tonight, I want you brothers to sit right in the front, and I want you sisters to sit right behind them, because, brother, this is going to help you as well as going to help my sister. I guarantee you it's going to help some of you brothers, some of you single brothers, and especially some of you single sisters, okay? Now, what is tonight's topic? Tonight's topic, my brother, and tonight's topic, my sisters, is don't marry a man if you see these 7 things. This is for you sisters. I'm going to say this again twice. Sister, don't marry a man if you see these 7 things. Once again, for you sisters out there, don't marry a man if you see these 7 things. And I know a lot of you wondering, Tony, what kind of 7 things you talking about? And some of you brothers, you might be getting all probably upset at me, but don't get upset at me, brother, because I'm here to help. I'm here to help. And brothers, the reason why I talk, let me get this out. Go ahead and get you a bag of popcorn and soda, my brothers and sisters. But let me go ahead and put this out there. I don't side with no men, and I don't side with no women. It just depends on the content. I might lean more to the man or the woman, depending on the content. I'm going to always bring the other gender in, okay? I'm going to always bring the gender in. And this particular show, my brothers and sisters, how you doing, Sister Jerry? I want you brothers to listen up, and especially you sisters, listen up. As a matter of fact, Brothers and sisters, you change seats. I want you sisters sitting on the front, and I want the brothers sitting right behind you. So brothers, you're going to get a little relief, but this show is geared more to the sister, but you need to listen, brother, because I don't want you to be one of these types of men when it comes to a woman. Now, we're talking about getting married. As you know, my brother and sister, how it should be. When a man and woman get in a relationship, they should jump 3 hurdles. That's the hurdle of being serious, the hurdle of being committed, and the hurdle of being in a covenant relationship. With that said, those of you that are coming in tonight's show, don't marry a man if you see these 7 things. How you doing, Sister Jan? Now, when it comes to marriage, a man's supposed to find the wife. The man's supposed to find the wife. It doesn't have nothing in God's word about a woman finding a man. The man finds the woman or the wife, okay? With that said, sister, when a man step up to you, it got to be the right man. But let me tell you this, sister, there are no perfect men. I know a lot of you sisters, you holding out looking for the perfect man. Sister, if you hold out looking for the perfect man, you are going to die alone. Because, sister, you got to look at it this way. You are not perfect. So, therefore, you're not going to find a perfect man. The only perfect man that ever lived in a human body was Jesus himself. There are no perfect men at all. And, brother, there are no perfect women. No, not one perfect person. But, sisters, when a man step up to you, he's got to be the right type of man. And when I say the right type of man, you need to look for these 7 signs. And I also got a bonus, okay? You need to look for these 7 signs. When a man is walking up on you and he's trying to get a communication with you. Number 1, if you see this one sign, this one of the signs, you got to look out for this, sister. Is he a compulsive liar? And does he make up excuses? How you doing, Sister Twyla? Number 1, out of the 7 things, sister, when you don't need to marry a man, is he a compulsive liar and he make up excuses? Sister, if a man talks to you and you could tell, you looking at him and you saying to yourself, why he got to lie so much? And he could have a straight face, but he lies so much. He lie. And you know he lying. And he would get upset at you if you bust him out and say, that's a lie. Don't get involved with no man that's a liar. And then the cousin of a liar is a man that make up a lot of excuses. So a man that tends to be a liar, this type of man, he will make a lot of excuses. He make excuse for everything, and he doesn't want to take responsibility for his action. So this is a dangerous man, a compulsive liar, and one that make up excuses. Number 2, sister, you don't want to be involved with a man that's a heavy drinker or do drugs. You don't want to get involved with a man that's a heavy drinker or do drugs, okay? And you should be able to zoom in on that early in a relationship, hopefully, because hopefully you have discernment and you could be able to pick up on that. Some people might think it's casual drinking, but a lot of time it's not casual drinking. If a man needs to lie, if a man needs to drink to calm himself down, that's a man that you don't have to deal with, because a heavy drinker, drinking and drugs alter the mind of a man and a woman. You got to understand that drinking and drugs alter the mind. A man cannot think rational if his mind is influenced by heavy drink and drugs. There ain't no such thing as recreational drugs. Drugs will influence that man's decision making, and it will also the drinking will also affect the man's decision making. Because you see, when a man get these substances in his body, he's gonna probably do something that he might tend to regret later. Especially some of you sisters, if you have daughters in the house. If you have a daughter in the house and this man is not the father, but some father, natural father, do it too. If you have these big daughters in the house, or it don't have to be a big daughter, if they're young daughters, and this man get the alcohol in him and he drugs, no telling, he might approach your daughter. And some of them might approach your son. So drinking and drugs, that's a no-no. These are two things. Being a compulsive liar and make up excuses, and a heavy drinker that does drugs. You don't even want nobody that sells drugs, okay? You don't want no man that sells drugs. Number 3, sister, do not marry a man that doesn't listen to you. However, he is not a yes man. What is a yes man? A man that say, happy wife, happy life. This type of man does not have a backbone. He isn't afraid to tell you no. Again, you need to look at a man that will listen to you. But if the man doesn't listen to you, you don't need to be involved with that man. A man that tends not to listen to you, he have more of a narcissist attitude. Whatever you say is not valid because you are just a woman. How you doing, Sister Shara? He look at you, you just a woman, you crazy, and you don't know what you talk about. A woman should stay in her place. These type of guys, they don't want to listen to you because they got all the answers. You need to be with a man that's going to listen to you, not only with his ears, but with his heart. That's what you need. And you got to be, you have to have a man in your life, sister, that is not afraid to tell you no. You don't want a yes man. Let me tell you something, sister. If a man does everything you say, you're going to lose respect for him. You want a man to have a backbone. And as I had said on some of my previous shows, you need to look for a man that's going to say stuff like this. He might say yes sometimes. He might say not right now sometimes. He might say I got something better sometimes. Or he may say no. Some of you brothers, you got to get to the point where you're not afraid to tell the woman no. A woman, even if she used tears on you, how you doing, Sister Keisha? You're not a dictator. You the leader and head of the relationship. Sometimes you're going to have to tell your woman no. Because you got to look at your relationship with God. Because you're responsible for that woman and you're responsible for the children if you have children. So, brother, sometimes it might break your heart. How you doing, Sister Henderson? But you may have to tell your woman no because you want to be where you have a good relationship with the Lord and you want to be able where you have a good relationship with your wife. See, two things about it. And I have used this illustration before. Adam and Eve was perfect. But Adam listened to Eve, and we know what happened. This is the mess we got into today. And then there's another guy, and you all know who this is, this one guy. He lost everything that he had in a short period of time. His name is Job. And he was imperfect, but he told his woman no. When his woman told him to curse God and die, he said, you talk like a foolish woman. So you, sister, you need a man like Job, an imperfect man that got integrity, that will stand up and say no to you sometimes. You don't want no man to say like Adam, Eve ate this forbidden fruit and then she gave it to him. Adam made a decision because the Bible clearly say that the woman was the seed, not the man. So you want a man that can make sound decisions, sister. That's what you need. If you don't have a man that makes sound decisions, you need to keep on walking. And that's number 4. If this man doesn't have nowhere to stay, you don't need to be in a relationship with him. When a man walk up to you, he needs to be already established. He don't supposed to be on his way up. He should be already established. When God brought Eve to Adam, Adam was already established. He had somewhere to stay. And not only somewhere to stay, you got to look at it like this too, which leads to, before I get to number 5, let me tell you about somewhere to stay. Sisters, why deal with a man that is living with his mama? And like I have said this before, I can understand if the man probably lost his job or something like that and he have to recuperate, but he's still planning on getting back out there, because sometimes things like that happen. A man could fall on hard time and he might have to go back and stay with his mother for a brief period of time, but not for a long period of time. He should not be staying there with his mama and living off his mama, okay? He should not be staying with another man. He should have something on his own. I'm talking about roommates. I ain't talking about no man that doing that little, Tinkerbell stuff. I'm not talking about that. And you don't want a man that living with another woman. You need a man that's going to have his own place. I feel strongly against it. I'm going to tell you this, sister. Most of the time, and some of you might disagree with me what I'm about to say. Sister, if you get a man to live with you, I just call that a boy man. I call that a boy man, because a man should have somewhere to stay, just like Adam had somewhere to stay. Or if you and that man planning on getting married and you already have your own place, you should move with that man, or you should get something together outside of your home. I really don't think a man should move in with a woman. I really don't. Now, some of you might disagree with it, but if that woman has her own place, sister, you could use that for income. Like I have said before, you could be making money. You with that man wherever he stay at, or you get something together and you can make extra money off that. But the man is supposed to be the head, which leads to this too. Does he have a job? Not a work, but does he have a job? And I said, does he have a job? This means, does he have his own business that's producing resources, or is he working for a legitimate company? He's not a drug dealer and stuff illegal. He's not into rackets and all that kind of stuff. Does this guy have a legitimate job, or does he have his own company? As long as resources coming in. Because if a man doesn't have nowhere for you to stay and lay your head, if this man doesn't have some form of income, that means he can't take care of you, meaning that you going to have to take care of him. I'm going to tell you this, sister, you're not going to respect the man that you have to take care of. You never will. You think you will, but it's going to get all, you're going to like him. You're not going to look at him as a man. And you're going to disrespect him to the point you're going to find yourself talking to him like he's a boy. You're not going to respect him, because all men should be able to carry his own. A man should be able to support himself. A man should be able to support his wife. If she doing something, whatever she got going on, it should come into the kettle too, and his children. So everything is basically on a man. God holds the man responsible. Because the Bible clearly say, if a man doesn't take care of his household, he's worse than an infidel. What is an infidel? An infidel is an unbeliever. Now, you got some unbelievers that believe in taking care of their wives and their children. It's an unbeliever, but some of you brothers that say you believe in God, how is it that an unbeliever would take care of his woman and his children, and some of you going around talking about Jesus, 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 but you don't want to be the man in the house. You let this woman do everything. Another thing, number 6, sister, if you aren't high on that man priority list, don't marry him. And you're going to get a little taste of how you are. Once you are dating a man, you're going to see what his priorities are. You're going to see whether, now excluding the Lord, is there anything else that come higher than you? You see, if a man is planning on marrying you, he needs to set a pattern on where you're going to be at in his decision making. Or it is his mama before you? Is his daddy before you? Are his children before you? Is his career before you? You're going to have to go through all of that. Now, if you high on that man priority list, this man, he's going to learn how to, if he hopefully he have a relationship with the Lord. That's most important. And the second most important thing, sister, is he has to have you right behind the Lord on the priority list. If you can see that this man And you see, if this man doesn't have a relationship with the Lord, there's no way you're going to be in the right priority list. You can't be number one. Sister, if a man going to make you number one and put you on a pedestal, that's a man that you don't want to be in a relationship with. I know some sisters want a man to put them on a pedestal, but that's wrong, sister. No man should never put you as number one in his life. The only person or thing that should be number one in a man's life is Jesus himself. Anything other than Jesus, you're not getting a good man. Even if this man could give you all the things that life can offer, if this man could give you the world, and he doesn't have a relationship with the Lord, you got the wrong man. Now, some sisters thinking that, like, if he could do this and this and this, I'm okay. No, you're not going to be okay. You think you're going to be okay, but you're not going to be okay. If this man could give you everything you want, you're not going to be content, because you're going to keep wanting and wanting and wanting. And what you don't understand, sister, you're trying to fill a void. And that void is this man is not the man that's supposed to be for you. This is a worldly type of man that doesn't have you high on his priority list. If he understands structure, he understands this, what God's word say and what I say. God is the head of Christ, Christ is the head of man, and man is the head of the woman. So this man, he needs to understand priority. No one should come before you, even sister, when you are engaging that man. He's supposed to be putting you in position, second in position, so you can get a taste of where you're going to be at in this man's life. And I'm telling you, if this man put anybody or anything in front of you, but except the Lord, you got a problem. Don't think that he's going to change when you get married to him. It could get even worse. Because if you think it's going to change when you get married, he could always come back and say, that's how I was before we got married. So you don't want to hear those words from a man. Number 7. Does he call you names? Does he talk down to you like you're nothing? And have he hit you? I'm going to say that again. Does he call you names? And I'm talking about negative names. Does he talk down to you like you are nothing or nobody? And has he hit you? Number 1, does he call you names? Sisters, some of you tolerate being called names. Have this man ever called you like an animal name, like a dog? Instead of calling you a dog, he called you the female version of dog, which is a bitch. Do you allow this man to call you a bitch? Have you allowed this man to call you a bitch? Another name that some guys will call you, he will call you a garden tool. I'm not talking about a shovel. I'm not talking about clippers. I'm talking about a hoe. Have this man called you a bitch, or has this man called you a hoe? That's not your name. If a man call you by a bitch or a hoe, that man is not for you. That man does not respect you when he call you names like that. Other than your name that your parents gave you, he should call you tender name. He should call you things like sweetheart, baby, or some of those little pet names. He should not call you nothing, those other names, because those are names of disrespect, and that's going to do something to your heart because you're emotional, and it's going to affect your psyche. Does he talk down to you? What do I mean, does he talk down to you? Does he talk to you like you a little child? Does he talk to you like you don't have no sense? Does he talk to you very, very disrespectful, like you don't know nothing you talk about? Do he talk to you, and he could even call you things like, well, he could say things like, you are stupid. Where you get that from? Where you come from? He could talk about your background and all that kind of stuff, but when he would get to know you, he was not calling you names. Auntie said, gonna make me go to jail. And does he talk down to you consistently like you're nothing? Does he talk to you like, does he say you fat? Nobody don't want you, and he using it on your head because he know that you are an attractive woman, but he gonna call you something like you fat and all that. But he did not call you all that when you first started having a relationship. And this is another thing: has this man hit you? Some of you sisters, you allow a man to hit you. And when the man hits you, he come back and say, I'm sorry. And then you get lovey-dovey, and then he hit you again, and it's going to build and build and build and build. Sister, you do not want a man. Auntie said he know how to push your button. You don't want a man that's going to hit you. Man that call you by your name, a man that talk down to you like you nothing, and a man that put his hand on you. You do not need a man like that, because if a man continue to do things like that, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And guess what you're going to start doing? You're going to start making up excuses for this man. It's going to get out because you're going to tell somebody, and then the people on the outside, you're going to go tell them that the man called you names, he put you down, and he hit you, and other people are going to try to counsel you and try to pull you out. But you're going to have to get to the point where you're tired of being tired. But don't get married to someone that's doing it to you before you get married. And this is the bonus part out of the 7. And this bonus part, it ties up all the 7 part that I just told you. If a good man come to you and he find you, the Bible says, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. Bonus, does he have leadership qualities to be the head and leader of the relationship, which shows his relationship with God through his son, Jesus the Christ. Not Jesus Christ, because Jesus' last name was not Christ. That's his position. Christ means the anointed one. So if this man doesn't have leadership, you understand? If he doesn't have leadership, if he's not the head of the relationship, that means that he doesn't have a relationship with God through Jesus. There are some men, let me tell you something, brother. If you allow a woman to run around and be the head of the relationship, eventually she's not going to respect you. You got to start, this sounds like Barney Fight would say on Andy Griffin's show, you got to nip it in the bud. You got to be on point once you first meet a woman. She got to see this stuff in you. She got to see that you're a man. Let me tell you this, sister. If a man doesn't have a relationship with the Lord, he does not understand what a leader is, and he doesn't understand leadership. He doesn't understand headship and leadership. Only a man, now you can see a man that's a coach, you can see a man that's the CEO of a company. That don't mean that he's a leader when it comes to relationship with a woman. You need a man that got to have a relationship with the Lord, because he got to lead you. The man is responsible for you, sister. You understand? He is responsible for you. If you have children, he's responsible for you. And the only men, and I want to tell you this, sister, some of you are involved with a man right now while I'm talking, and he doesn't have a relationship with God through his son, Jesus Christ. He would say that I believe God. He would say that I believe in Jesus. But when you listen to him talk and you watch what he does, it does not show that he has a relationship with the Lord. He do all that talk, but his word and action show you it's a contradiction. You see, a man's word and action has to match up. So if that man is not a leader, and this man is supposed to take charge of the relationship. I'm not talking about a man that's a dictator. We're not talking about a dictator. We're talking about a man that will lead you. As a matter of fact, sister, when you get married to a man, you're supposed to see this. This man is supposed to be the priest of the home. He is representing Christ, because like I said, the Bible clearly say that God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of man, and man is the head of the woman. That's a man that is married to a woman. That's not a man that is a boyfriend or a live-in. A man will be serious with a woman. And when this man is serious with a woman, he will jump those 3 hurdles. And like I told you all last night, we men, and I'm including myself, we know whether or not we want to marry you. We know it right off the bat. A lot of men, some men, they will admit it, But then there are some men that will never admit it. They'll come up with lies, and then they will come up with excuses. I'm recapping this. Sisters, do not marry a man if you see these 7 things. Number 1, he is a compulsive liar and he make up excuses. Number 2, he's a heavy drinker and he does drugs. He do drugs, which means that we're going to influence his thought processing. Number 3, he doesn't listen to you and he doesn't have a backbone. He don't know how to say no sometimes. He believes in happy wife, happy life. And there ain't no such thing as happy wife, happy life. It's making the Lord happy, then attend to the woman. Brother, you don't supposed to go around to try to make your wife happy. You're supposed to delight in the Lord. And if you delight in the Lord is going to show you how to help that woman to rejoice being with you so she can work on you with your purpose. Number 4, he doesn't have nowhere to stay. He living with his mama, and his mama not sick. He don't have a job. Why he still staying with his mama? Why? If he got a job, why he still staying with his mama? He should be out. I can understand his mama sick. I can see it that way. How you doing, Sister Cynthia? How you doing, Sister Carrie? If his mama sick or something, I can understand that. He need to be on his own. If a man talking to you and he living with his mama, if he living with another guy, not the funny stuff, or he living with another woman, you ain't got time for him. He's not ready to get married. He's not serious. Does he have a job? Not work. Job means, is he working at a legitimate place, or does he own his own company? Notice I said, does he have a job and not work? You see, job and work is separate. I know we put jobs and work together. Let me tell you what a work is. A work, how you doing, Sister Linda? Work is what the Lord put in a man. Like when Jesus was going around, Jesus said, I've come to do the work of my Father. It was not no job to Jesus. If you follow the Lord, that's your work. Your job is what you do to take care of yourself and your family, brothers. Your work is what the Lord put in you to do for him. That's your purpose in life because he gave you a gift. Number 6, you aren't high on his priority list. Or can you proceed? Can you proceed and can you see that after the Lord, this man is going to have you at number 2 position. He's not going to put you on a pedestal because he realized that only one person on that pedestal and nothing else but the Lord, and not his job, nothing else, only the Lord. And does he put you at number 2 under the Lord? You should see that before you say I do to him. And number 7, does he call you names, talk down to you like you nothing, and does he put his hand on you? If this man do any of the 7, you need to walk away. You understand, sister? If you don't walk away, you're gonna be inboxing me, and once you inbox me, I'm gonna say, well, did you see that show on June the 8th? That's what I'm gonna say. Did you see that show on June the 8th? Did you not hear some of that things that I told you? Nope. You thought you were an exception to the rule. And now you just find out that you're not an exception to the rule. I'm telling you, sister, don't marry a man. And all the 7 things that I basically named before the bonus, these are worldly men. A worldly man can give you, like Luther Vandross had a song, I give you the world, him and Cheryl Lynn. You don't want no man to give you the world because everything that you see in the world is temporary. Don't you not realize, my sister, that this world, everything that you see and can touch, don't you know this is temporary? Money is temporary. Houses are temporary. Going on trips are temporary because everything that we're doing in this world right now, it has an expiration date. At the beginning in Genesis, it started. Revelation tells you that it's going to be an end. This world, as you know it, my brothers and sisters, is going to end. So you have to have your stuff together. Sister, you need a man that's going to think about loving you through your spirit, your soul, then your body, then other things. A man should not love you from your flesh going on the inside. A man's supposed to love you inside out. You understand that? And a man needs to follow the Lord. If the man follow the Lord, he's the priest over you, my sister. The man has to have responsibility when it comes to a relationship. And with that said, I love you, my brother. How you doing, Sister Paula? I love you, my sisters. I hope that you all got something out of it. Brother, this is not no beat down on you. Believe me, this is not no beat down on you, brother, but I hold you responsible. No, you're not perfect, brother. I'm not perfect. But if you need a woman in your life, you got to be ready for that woman. You understand, brother? You're not no boy band. You're not Jody, and her name is not Yvette, baby boy. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. I hope that you all have a good night. I'm going to have some more good content tomorrow night, Lord willing. Like I said, my brother, I love you all, brother. This is not no beat down. This is not no disrespect. But I want you brothers to raise the bar, because, brother, it all depends on you. You are the head. You are the leader of the relationship, my brother. And sister, you need to follow a good man. Not be the head, sister, but you follow a good man. Not a worldly man, but a spiritual man. I love you. I love you. I love you. Peace out.